Hey everyone, welcome to the Gunners Lounge. This is a match reaction following the game against Manchester City at home. Arsenal won, Manchester City won. Now, I had to take some time off after I created the shorts describing how I felt, which felt a bit reactionary if you ask me. Yes, there are positives and there are negatives about this game. Unfortunately, I have to say this again, it's a game of two halves. We did the same thing in Atletico Bilbao and we're here again. And if you look at the game against Atletico Bilbao and this game against City, there's a similarity, and that is all in the midfield. Which begs to wonder what Arteta was considering going into a game at home versus City. Do you want to win this game or do you actually just want to secure a point? The lineup, if you ask me, of Merino, Zubimendi, and Rice gives us no creative outlet. Now, out of these three players I just called, the only person that looks like the one that should be a creative outlet is Merino. You and I know in this game, he was not it. I respect the work he does, but as far as expansive creative football is concerned, Merino is not someone we should be calling on. Who we should have called on? We're on the bench. Ethan, yes, he's young, but he has the quality. And if you don't want to even go for his inexperience, we have an experienced central attacking midfielder in Eze that we just recruited for over £60 million, a quality player that Arteta should learn to utilize. But he didn't. Yes, I've started this video and it's sounding like I'm very reactionary again, going off the issues, the negatives, and the blunder. That is the obvious thing. And talking about obvious, everybody is talking about the fact that the Arteta's starting lineup didn't look like he wanted to actually win the game. And in my mind, I'm asking myself, if everyone can see this, the fans, the pundits, and even the people that are hating watching us, right? They see that this is not the lineup that would win you games. This is not a type of midfield that can actually guarantee you 3 points every game. Why then do you go for that? What is happening at the back of Arteta's mind speaks to me that there is some form of fear. And one of the things that I saw that actually confirmed that there was fear is that he made changes in the second half, which is uncharacteristic of Arteta because coming into a game, we know that Arteta will make his changes from the 65th to probably the 80th minute, but he made his change at the halftime break, bringing in Saka, who is just coming back from an injury, and Eze, who we know is capable of creating something from the middle of the park. And what happened? Eze pulled off the magic that we were lacking for the first half of the game. We saw that pass into Martinelli. Big ups to Martinelli. I'm so happy for this guy because the challenge that he has faced so far in this part of the season where he's been on the bench, he's stepping up to it. And that speaks of a mentality that we want at the Arsenal. Looking at the fact that we have a bigger squad, players are going to be competing for spaces. We need everyone to come in and contribute. And that is what Martinelli is doing. Seeing him centrally piques my imagination again because I know I've had this conversation with a lot of fans where people are saying, don't you think Martinelli can actually play off from the center, running into space? He has the pace. Why not use it? You have these players, Arteta. Why not take advantage of the talents that you have? Now, I'm going to say the positive is that Arteta was able to see that he went wrong. He didn't stick with what wasn't working. He switched it up. Unfortunately, we had lost 2 points, so to speak. And if you ask me, we could have won this game even in the first half if he made the right decision. Now, a lot of things going forward right now is going to fall on Arteta's decision making with the starting 11. You and I right now as Arsenal fans, considering that Odegaard is actually injured, we don't know who our best starting 11 is. Yes, and that's also because we have quality players across the pitch. But if you ask me, as far as that midfield is concerned, that's where we're having a lot of issues. In the last two games, we've not looked really brilliant in creating chances. And just see what happened when Eze came on. See what happened with Saka in his position. Yes, Madueke is one of the bright sparks we see from our attacking position. But with Saka on the pitch, we saw the difference. We saw the difference. He's a much of a threat. He's not just running at his man because he has the pace, but he's actually more pragmatic. But not just pragmatic, he delivers more in terms of the crosses, in terms of the passes. He does much more for us. And I'm so excited to see him with Eze on that field. This is showing us that there is so much we can get out of this team. It is left to Arteta to do this job, right? Now, Unfortunately, we are going to be behind Liverpool, the title favorites. Yes, I said it. They are the title favorites as it is right now. With the squad they have, with the way they are on form, they don't look like dropping any point. The onus is left on Arsenal now and Arteta to be able to secure victories in difficult grounds like the one we are going to next against Newcastle. It's a tough place for us to go to, but we now have to get 3 points because of the situation that he put us in today. If you ask me, that is a kind of game that you will feel Merino, Zubimendi, and Declan Rice should start because it's going to be very physical. We probably need to be more defensive minded. But seeing what has happened today, I don't think Arteta should be risking it in any other game. We need a creative outlet in the midfield. It's as simple as that. Our defense is solid, we know that. Our attack, we have options, we know that. The midfield now is where we need a decision from Arteta that actually gives us an expansive and progressive style of play. If you know Arsenal football, it is exciting football. This season and even last season, we actually are not seeing as much of that as we would love to see. Hearing some people call us Haram Ball, Haram Football Club, it's annoying because I started supporting Arsenal Football Club most especially because of the beautiful football that will make you get off your seat, make you shout, make you wonder how things actually play out on the field because it was so sleek and so smooth. Arteta, we need to get back to that. Altogether, I would say that the substitutes gave us a chance in the game. We got a point, a major point that we can say Arteta has learned his lessons and we can move forward knowing full well that we have to have a creative outlet in every game we step into. And the real confirmation to know if Arteta had learned his lesson will be in the next game. And when I say the next game, I don't mean Port Vale. That's a game that we should start, some young players and some other fringe players. But as far as Newcastle game is concerned on Sunday, I want to see a creative player in that midfield. Stop overthinking things, Arteta. You have great players at your disposal. You use them to the best of your ability. Come on, you Gunners. Alright everyone, thank you for watching this video up until this point. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do like and comment. I really appreciate the support so far. We're right now at 60 subscribers and the goal is to get to 100 before the end of the month. Come on, you Gunners, let's do this.